Moved in here about 2005, November. I was living with a girlfriend before that, and we split up and I had nowhere to go and stay, so I was actually sleeping rough for about 8 or 9 weeks before I got referred. My mum lived in Milo, and I was going over there to like have a shower and have something to eat at night, and then because my mum's partially handicapped, I couldn't stay at her house because it would affect her benefit. So I had to then go and I was finding people's sheds, and I was 23. So I was fortunate because I just fell in the age bracket to come in here, which was okay. Some dirty yak, and they helped me out loads of times and everything. And I got a referral to here, came down for an interview on Wednesday, I think, and then by the following Friday they moved me in. It was kind of daunting because I didn't know, I hadn't ever done anything like this before that. You know, I had a mortgage with my girlfriend, you know, and I had everything sorted out, and then to then have to come into somewhere to try and justify why you want to actually not live on the street. And I thought, you know, I was going to have to answer loads of questions, but I didn't. They just wanted to know, you know, obviously that I was from Brighton.
I got asked to leave in my parents' house for my 16th birthday, just due to trouble in the house.
Right, basically I was living in my house with my mum's boyfriend, and Steph got kicked out of her house, so she came to live with me for 8 months. And then basically my mum and her boyfriend split up, so I had to get out of the house. And my brothers went to their own flat and my mum went to her own flat. So
I fell out with my mum because she started to go mad. And then I moved to Terraces, and then for about a month I went back home on my birthday, and then my mum started on me on my birthday and chucked me out again. So I went and lived with Terrace. And then we had to leave there, and so we started looking for flats, and we found one flat before we came to Yaks, but I couldn't get a guarantor, so we lost that flat, and then we lost all of the deposit.
And then we found another flat, didn't we? And the people who were going to rent it out didn't want to rent it out anymore, they wanted to keep it.
About a week before we was meant to move in, so things were really bad.
I got interviewed for Brighton Home Foyer. I didn't really want to go there, but I interviewed anyway, and I got accepted. But after a few weeks of moving in, I really enjoyed it.
It wasn't really my only option, but I think it was the best option because with other hostels, I think there's the William Collier House. I used to walk past here about 3 or 4 times a week, and I never really knew it was here, so to actually come here and see what it was like. But it was a good experience for me coming in and seeing how everything was run, and they showed me around, I think it was briefly, before I moved in.
We went to sign up at Yaks, didn't we, and then we went into the room and we talked to you about our situation, and then you gave us aims and you told us how to do it.
Yeah, what to do next.
And then we came back like 3 days later, and we were going there for 3 days later each, like quite often. Then it started splitting up because we started knowing what we was doing. And now we could probably find a flat much easier after this. Because we know what to do.
Times out of 100, they tell me anyway what's acceptable. When we move in, we get given a pamphlet, you know, about what you can and can't do in here. And one of them is you can't have overnight guests because they see it as like 50 people living here. We're all screened before we come in here. If we all have a guest overnight, you know, that's 50 people they know nothing about. So that's the point that they bring up about that, and everyone says, oh, well, I want my boyfriend to stay and stuff like that. But you know.
They gave us 3 pieces of paper and it said where can help us.
And that's when you came to
And it gave us all agents that were allowed housing benefits, but none of them actually did, didn't they? So in the end we just had to not tell them we were on housing benefits because we couldn't find any flats anywhere that accepted housing benefits.
They definitely want to know more about you when you first move in. Obviously, when you first come in, you sit down and you have like a 3-hour interview about everything that goes on, you know, what your qualifications are, what you're capable of doing. And then obviously after that you only have like a monthly meeting for about half an hour after that. But they just like to see that you're progressing.
Most places are like 600, 700 a month in Brighton, and I can't afford that. I can't afford to top that up out of my benefits, but then I can't get a job at most places, because you need an account to be paid into.
Good, quite a guarantor, extremely difficult. What else did I find difficult? Yeah, money, the deposit. And when you move into a flat, it's quite hard getting everything for your flat. You don't realise how much stuff there actually is to get, like toasters and like curtains and stuff.
And this flat was horrible when we moved in.
Yeah.
It had fleas, I think.
It was disgusting.
After a couple of months I was voted resident rep, where I could voice other people's views on my own on the board meeting. We had weekly support meetings with the staff there, where we could tell them our problems or our queries about what could happen next. Yak used to visit every other Thursday doing moving on sessions, so we knew what was going on there.
Anything we want to do here, if it's reasonable, we're more 9 times out of 10 be able to do it.
I didn't have money for a deposit and the ex gave me my money for my deposit, which was very helpful because otherwise we wouldn't have got this flat.
Oh, you wouldn't have done, would we?
No.
Yak have got their moving on support scheme, so whereas if you've got a deposit and say I've got £300 and I go to them, they'll double it, and I only have to pay half of that back. So that's great for me.
Basically, they helped us with everything that we couldn't do because I didn't understand gas and electric, and we didn't. They sorted it all out for us, rang them all up, and sorted that out.
I got asked one day about what am I actually doing, because I've been here 2-3 months, not doing much, and I said I might like to do the Prince's Trust. Oh, that's okay, Joe, so you've got a new one starting next week. Oh, okay. Well, look, here's the number, use our phone. I was worried about calling them up, but I did the whole 3-month course, and at the end of it, felt better. Hard work, a lot of hard work. Because it's not just doing what the Prince's Trust asks you to, it's working with the other people on your course. And I think staff here are proud of me. At the end of every day we had like a daily review or feedback. We got to say what was good about the day and what was bad and what we had learned and what have we improved on that day. And you realise after every week, after a couple of months that your answers changed. You learnt more, and it was more fun at the end because you weren't worried about what everyone else was thinking. And the best time was at the presentation. My key worker came, my old key workers from the foyer came, and they all met up, and I was scared because my key workers were meeting up, and they were so proud of me, and I looked amazing.
When you get 50 different people, all different personalities, you'd expect there to be conflict. But it's almost like it's a massive family in this place. If one thing happens to one person, you get about 40 people trying to sort it out for them. And that's what really I like about this place, because there is just a massive community feel to it.
Brighton Hove homeless team, with their assessments and working out where I need to be placed. And for working with me about moving on and placing me in Eaton Place and London Road.
Where we sit down and any problems or anything are brought up, and we bring up, or any other residents want to bring up, they can do at that meeting. And then they tell you about anything that's happening, any changes in policy and whatnot. I mean, we get trips here and stuff like that where we can go out and do camping and stuff.
Yeah, I feel like I've improved so much. I'm not little Josie at the age of 16 anymore. I'm working towards getting to my career, my ideal career, which is become a youth worker, especially in hostels. Even though I've grown up mostly in hostels, I've had the best times of my life in there. I feel like I know them very well, and I focus my work there. Well, I won't be doing the full 2 years here. I got approached by staff a few weeks ago. They thought I was ready to move on, and they approached me about another place. It's like a flat share. They asked me what I thought of it, if I was ready, and of course I agreed. If I move to London Road, I'll be looking to work and then move on into my own flat. And working with Yak, I could do that. I'm more aware of what I can do, because when I was 16 I didn't know what benefits were. and it's only 4 years later, and I feel after London Road I can work on to get my own flat, working with YAC, with the rent deposit scheme and moving out of temporary accommodation or hostel services.
Hopefully there'll be some kind of way I can still stay in contact here. I mean, with the football team we have here, I'll carry on doing that.
Potentially anyone can be homeless, you know, like people forget that, you know, even a doctor or a lawyer or something like that, you know, stuff can go wrong and anyone can end up homeless, and people forget that.
Don't you forget, only you can do what you can do. And I will help you make it alright. Yeah, I will help you make it alright. Won't go changing your